Hello traders, and welcome to Trading the Trend. I am Dennis, and this will be my weekly review of the markets last week. Been away for a while, but we're going to try to get these going on a weekly basis again for you. I also have started a new trade journal thread on babypips.com, and I will include a link to that below where you can join me on a daily basis. Okay, so right now we're looking at the S&P 500. 2 weeks ago we had the pin bar reversal right at some major support, and this past week we had some follow through in that move, and actually most of that follow through occurred on Friday. A big up move brought on by the Bank of Japan. I guess they reduced interest rates to the negative, but it had a big impact on the yen, which we will see here in a little bit. But right now, for at least the moment, it's looking positive for stocks. Don't know how long this is going to go, but it's been an ugly month for stocks. If you take a look over here, these are the major indexes, and this is year to date right here, and everything is negative. Some of these were in double-digit negative territory, which is a huge move for only a few weeks into the year. So we'll see if we can get some continuation and we can get back up to old highs. But right now, it's basically a dead cat bounce of a very oversold market. So let's take a look at some of our currencies now. Here is my current strong week rankings, and as you can see, the Canadian dollar has made it all the way up to first place. It was the weakest currency for like 6 straight weeks starting at the beginning of December, but last week it got a jump with oil prices have reached a bottom and are starting to rise, and that continued this week, and so did the Canadian dollar. So this is our rankings so far this week, and if you've been following these, you'll notice that the weaker currencies are making a rebound while many of the stronger currencies like the euro and the yen are moving down. The consistency through this whole thing has been the US dollar, where it is actually year to date the strongest currency out there. So now let's take a look at some pairs. What we're going to look here is at the weekly charts so we can get an good idea of where everything is moving. Here we're going to look at the euro US dollar first, and as you can see, the most traded currency has not done a whole lot for us over the last year. It's just been in a very tight trading range. With it looking like the euro was going to get weak as the stock market got stronger, I went ahead and took a short position. I'm up a little bit in this, but I don't expect a whole lot out of this. But who knows? It might get down here and break through that low established last year. So we'll just have to see. Moving on, we have the Aussie US dollar. Now the dollar is strong, but the Aussie dollar is just a little bit stronger. 2 weeks ago we had the engulfing candle up, and then we had a little bit of continuation this week. But as both of these currencies are strong, this would not be one I'd particularly want to trade right now. If anything, I'd be looking for this thing to get up here someplace and maybe short it. So we'll wait on that one. US Japan, this one was a very good trade for me last week. As you can see, we had this line of support that has been established for going back a couple of years, and we came back and touched it, reversed off of it, and as you can see, big candle 2 weeks ago, and then last week after being down, we had a big follow through. Actually, all this happened on Friday after the Bank of Japan announcements, and I was able to take some partial profits, and I'm still in this trade right now, hoping that will continue. Now moving on to the US CAD. This reflects the sudden rise in oil prices. When oil prices rise, the Canadian dollar gets stronger, and you'll typically see this currency pair start to fall. And that's what we had, and we had some follow through last week. So I don't know how much higher oil is going to go from here, if it's just a bounce off of a ridiculously low price, but we'll just have to see. But for right now, this thing has turned the tide and is heading down. So I'll keep an eye on it, but I'm not really looking to play for this right now. Euro pound. This is an interesting chart here. We've had this line of support that's been here for the longest time. We finally broke through it, and as you can see, as we go in a little quicker, a little closer, price went all the way up to that red line and then reversed back down. Now last week, the euro exerted itself a little bit, but on Friday it got hit pretty hard. So a nice little pullback here. Nothing too much to worry about. This could go either way. I'd be kind of leaning towards this to be heading down, especially if the U.S. stocks continue. Moving down to Aussie New Zealand. Now this is one I'm rather excited about. I have a multi-year head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders that is, here on the Aussie New Zealand. A clear left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. Our neckline is up here. I went ahead and took a small exploratory position in it. A few pips down right now, but nothing to worry about. If this can get above this line, we're probably looking at shooting up here to the 125 area. So that's a pretty significant move. We can't really call the trade confirmed until we can get a close above this neckline here. So I'll be watching for that. If you get in right now, you are getting in early, and this thing could fall apart and just head lower. We don't know for certain, but right now it's looking pretty good. And then the last currency pair I have to look at is going to be the Euro Aussie. This thing has just been kind of bouncing back and forth. Here we have a red line of resistance that I've put up here, and as you can see, a few weeks ago we came to it, touched it, reversed, and then 2 weeks ago we reversed big time, and then this past week we had a pullback and then moved back down. I've been in and out of this trade a couple of times. I took some profits and then had my stop a little too tight on the rest of my position and got taken out, but I will be looking to get back into this at the right time. And that's what I have for you this week. If I see something during the week that is of particular interest, I may do an additional video, but for the most part this will be a weekly presentation of the markets and where I see price heading. So hope everybody has a great weekend, the rest of it, and I will hope to see you on my thread later.